Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in amma ba'd. So in this video we are going to start an important lesson with geometry. Starting from grade 10 you have a continue of this lesson on grade 11 also. Altogether this subject, this lesson, angles in circle in grade 10, and you have some theories related to angles in circle in grade 11 also. Altogether you have a question on part 2b as a geometry question. So it's an important lesson in grade 10. So chapter 31, angles in circle. So angles related to circle or angles formed in a circle. We are going to study three geometrical theories. In grade 10 you have three geometrical theories. These three are the basic theories for grade 11. In grade 11 you have I think more than 7 geometrical theories related to this part, angles in circle. Altogether you have 10 or 11 theories. All the 7 theories of grade 11, you need a basic of these three. So these three geometrical theories are very important. So try to understand and get more knowledge on this video. Okay, before go to the theories, we need some introductions, and we need to learn some basic components, basic idea what we studied earlier in the grades, and also some terms related to grade 10. So we'll start from the basics. So if you consider a circle, consider it is a circle, okay. So the center, we always name it as O, okay. So the circle, you know what is the geometrical part of a circle in construction, okay. If you mark a point on the circumference, we'll name it A. If you mark a point on any on the circumference, so if you connect OA, so OA means the distance between center and the circumference. The distance between center and the circumference we called as, you all know, we called as radius, okay. In plural radius we called radii, RADII, radii. It's a plural word, okay. So the basic thing for circle we all know radius. The second part, considering radius, a line passes through center, connecting 2 points. Line passes through the center connecting 2 points on the circumference. It is passes through the center and also connect 2 points of the circumference. We called as diameter, we all know. So it is 2r. That's what we studied in circumference, finding circumference and area, okay. We have another name for diameter, we called as chord. That is the third component you need to know. In circle, if you connect any 2 points on the circumference, any 2 points on the circumference, any 2 point on the circumference, we called as chord. Any 2 points on the circumference we called as chord, okay. But a chord which passes through center, a chord which passes through center, we call with a special name diameter. Diameter is also a chord, but it passes through center. The speciality is passes through the center of the circle. Without passing the center, connects 2 points on the circumference, we called as chord. Okay, all three components you already know. I think you already know. Another part of a straight line related to circle is there. That's not in our syllabus, but we want to know the name. If a straight line intersect and passes through the circle, so we called as secant. Okay, so the chord is inside the boundary of the circle, but the secant, it is passes through the circle. Finally, we have another straight line related to circle is a straight line which touches the circle, at a point. The straight line touches a circle or a straight line passes through a point on a circle, we called as tangent. Remember the names. The tangents are your grade 11 theories related to these angles in circle. We are going to study about tangents in grade 11. You have four or five geometrical theories related to tangents. Okay, in here you need to remember the radius, diameter and a chord. Okay, also we have some other components you already know. Those are very important in this lesson, angles in circle. If you take a circle, we can divide the circle into two portions. While we connect two radius. When we connect two radius, a point on circle A, a point on circle is another point on circle is B. If you connect OA and OB, OA, OB are equal because radius of the same circle. Okay, so the portion covered by two radius, so AOB, so you know that AOB. I can hear some students are telling what is the name given to AOB. Yes, I need the name. Yeah, AOB is called as sector. You all know in area and perimeter you faced so many sectors and you find the perimeter area of the sector. So with the definition, what is sector means? Sector is a portion of a circle which covered with radius, two radius. Okay, we can call this small sector as minor sector. Remember this word, minor sector, most important word, angles related to circle. Minor sector, the small portion of the sector is called as minor sector, and the larger portion also named as AOB. The larger portion starting from here to here, the larger portion also called as AOB, but with a different name. So AOB major sector, so it's called as major sector. AOB major sector. The small one called as AOB minor sector. Small portion called as sector with a boundary of two radius, we called as sector, major sector and minor sector. Okay, these are the very basic components you need to know before go to study angles in circle. Okay, another different word we are going to study here, that is the word subtended. Subtended. So subtended means a straight line or a arc. A straight line or a arc can form an angle on a particular point. We can name the straight line AB. AB can form an angle. So we mark a point C here. So AB can form an angle at C. AB straight line can form an angle at point C, on point C. So the angle created, angle formed on a particular point, we called as subtended angle. So if you connect the ending point of A, the straight line AB, one of the ending is A, the other ending is B. If you connect the ending point A to C and B to C, you will have an angle here. So that's the angle AB can form at the point C. Okay, before we draw this, AB is a straight line, AB is a straight line, we mark the point C. If you connect the ending point of a straight line, we can have an angle on the particular point C. So the angle ACB, that theta, is called as subtended angle. If a straight line form an angle at a particular point, we call simply the angle as, the theta as subtended angle. Likewise, an arc we call as AB, like this arc. An arc can subtend, can form an angle. Subtend means another word, form an angle. We can make a point C. So if you connect the ending point of A and B to C, ending point of arc AB is A, the other ending is B. If you connect the ending point to the particular point C, you may have a angle theta. So this theta is called as subtended angle. In other words, angle formed by the arc. Angle formed by the arc. In one word, subtended angle of AB. Subtended angle of AB is ACB. So angle subtended by a straight line or an arc on a particular point, we call as subtended angle. Remember this word and remember this definition. Okay, how do we form an angle on a particular point? We connect the ending point to the particular point. If it is a straight line, the ending points are connecting to that point. If it is an arc, the ending points are connecting to the particular point. So the subtended angle means angle formed by a straight line or angle formed by an arc on a particular point. How we create that angle? We connect the ending of the straight line or arc to the particular point. So that's how we can form an angle by an arc or a straight line. That angle called as subtended angle. So these are the important parts you need to go and you need to study the angles related to circle. Okay, so this now we are going to start the lesson. We are not directly going for the theory. We need another form of practice to identify how can we create angles on circle. Then we go for the theories. You are going to study 3 theories in grade 10. The first theory is the basic one. If you study it well, or if you understand it well, you can go for second and third easily. The first is the primary one. Using the primary one, the second and third theories are created. Okay, so second theory and third theories are not separated. It's related to first theory. So the first one will make some time, and we'll get some time, and we'll discuss some examples to understand correctly. So try to understand correctly the first lesson, then you can easily understand second and third. Okay, we can go for the second part of this theory. If you need anything I discuss here, the sector, I need 2 portions only, sector, minor sector, major sector, and the subtended angle. So these 2 are the main things. The others are very basic. So if you want to write anything, you can write it like this. Okay students, in this lesson we are going to study subtended angles. So we discuss what is the word, what is the meaning of this word subtended angle. The angles subtended on a circle. The angles subtended on a circle. We have 3 theories. So first we are going to study how an angle formed in a circle. In a circle, the word is I think it's not appropriate. On a circle, angles in circle means angles inside the circle. So how the angles are going to form. So first we are going to look how the angles are, how the angles can be formed. Who created the angle, who formed the angle. There are 2 parts you need to remember. There are 2 portions you need to remember. How the angles are formed, or how the angles are subtended. Next, who formed the angle, who subtending the angle. Okay, so we take a circle. So the center of the circle, we name it as O. So we mark a arc. We mark a arc AB. We mark a arc AB. So what is the particular name given to this AB arc? So we studied earlier. Small portion of the arc we called as minor arc. Minor arc. Okay. What is the remaining? What is the remaining is called? So I mark it on red. What is the remaining is called? So tell the name. What is the remaining is called? So the blue part AB arc is called as minor arc. The red part is called as AB major arc. That is also called as AB, but AB major arc, we need to differentiate it. So we call the blue arc AB called as minor AB arc. The other portion, the remaining portion, we called as AB major arc. Okay, an arc can subtend angle on a circle. That is the basic theory what you are going to study first. An arc subtend angle on circle. So we discuss who is subtending angle. Arc is the main part subtending angle. That's why we discussed earlier What is the components of the circle? The basic components of the circle. Arc is creating the circle. Arc is creating the angles. So now the second part, how the angle is created, how the angle is formed. So we studied what is subtending angle. Okay, we'll take the minor arc AB here, minor arc AB. Okay, so minor arc AB. So we have a point O. So related to AB arc, so we need to fix a particular point, because subtended angle mean an angle formed by an arc or a straight line on a particular point. That's what we discussed earlier. So if you fixed a particular point on a circle or inside the circle, so what is the point? What are the points we have? Basically, AB can subtend, AB can form. So subtended we can translate it into our day-to-day word formed. So AB can subtend, AB can form an angle at O, because the center O is a fixed point, it's a particular point. Okay, how can we get a subtended angle? So we need to connect ending point of the arc into that particular point. So we need to connect the ending point of arc AB. One is A, the other point is B. So the particular point we are going to get an angle at center. So we are connecting the ending point of AB at O and B also. So if you connect the ending point, we'll have an angle at center. So we name it as theta. So AB arc can subtend, can form an angle at center. So how can we get an angle at center by an arc? So we can connect the ending point to the center. Okay, right. Another area, or is there any area AB can form an angle? AB minor arc can form another angle at any point. So we can mark any point here. Inside the circle we have so many points. Inside the circle we have so many points. But theoretically we have 2 points only. Theoretically we have 2 points only. An arc subtend angle 2 points only, 2 areas only. Only 2 areas an arc can subtend angle. One of the area is center of the circle. One of the area is center of the circle. An arc can subtend, an arc can form an angle at the center. The second is circumference. The circumference. So this is AB arc. All the remaining circumference, I draw it with a red line. All the remaining of the circumference in any point on the remaining part, any point on the remaining part, we can simply call it as circumference. Any point on the remaining part, AB can form an angle. So if you connect the ending of AB to this point, we name this point D. So how can we get an angle? Connect the particular point to the endings. Connect the particular points to the endings. If you connect A and B with D, we can have another angle. The name is theta 1. We can have another angle DADB. It is also called as ADB. It is also called as angle subtended by the arc at the circumference. At the circumference or at the remaining portion. Why we called as remaining portion? AB arc is also on the circumference. So we can call the remaining as not a circumference, as a remaining part of the circle. So AB arc can form an angle at center, and AB arc can subtend the angle at the circumference, at the remaining part of the circle. Okay, so if you name a point E here, so we can also subtend the angle at E. So how do we get an angle of AB subtending at E? Connect the point E to A. Connect the point E to B. Now AEB, we can name it theta 2. It is also an angle subtended by AB arc. Okay, if you observe clearly an arc AB and minor arc AB subtend only one angle at the center. AB minor arc can only subtended one angle at the center. We all discussed, we have 2 points only. We have 2 areas to subtend angle. One is center, one is circumference, remaining portion of the circle. So AB arc can subtend only one angle at the center, but at the remaining portion we have lots points. We can name C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. If you connect all the points, the H to AB, so it's an angle subtended by AB arc. If you connect to F, so it's also an angle subtended by AB. So an minor arc can subtend so many angles on the circumference. So in similar words, an arc can form so many angles at the circumference, at the remaining portion, but it can only subtend one angle at the center. So how the angle is formed? We can connect the ending portion of the arc to the particular point. Who is creating the angle? Arc is creating the angle. If you can observe the arc, if you can find the arc correctly, so you can get the angle. Or otherwise, in reverse, if you follow the line from the particular point, to the ending point, so we start from H, follow the line, it will connect to A. Okay, then the other line from H connecting to B. So AB is an arc. So AB arc subtending an angle at H. Okay, if you follow the line from F, a line is connect with A, another line is connect with B. So in point F, on point F, AB arc creating an angle, AB arc subtending an angle. So at center, if you follow the line from O, it's connecting to A. From O, it's connecting to B. So AB arc subtend the angle at center. So how the angle is formed? Who is created the angle? There are two area. There are only two area on the circle. We can create angle, center and the circumference. So we discuss how the angle form, who is the angle, who is the person forming that angle, and where the angle can be formed. There are two parts. Okay, so related to these angles, the center angle and the circumference angle, we call it as circumference angle, center angle, circumference angle. So related to these angles, we have a theory. So we have three theories. Okay, we are going to study the theory. Okay, we discuss in this figure how a minor arc can subtend angle. Okay, so draw a figure, draw a circle, center is O, mark a minor arc AB and connect the ending point AB to O. Name the angle theta, name it angle formed at center, angle formed at center, angle formed at center by minor arc. So formed, we don't use the word formed. Instead of form, we are going to use subtend. Okay, in another figure, another circle, same AB arc, connect marker point C and marker point D, like that. Connect A and C and A and B and A and D and B and D. So name this angle theta 1, name this angle theta 2. So this angle called as angle formed. So remember the name, word subtended. Angle subtended at the circumference. Instead of circumference, we are going to use remaining part of the circle. So AB arc can subtend angle on the remaining part. It is theta 1 and also theta 2. So we have so many places on the circumference, so we can subtend angle.